also
Yeah.
probably doesn't matter because they play in a division that they're going to win.
So terrible.
So it doesn't. It almost doesn't matter. So what if they lose to the Bills? They're still going to win that division.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So who cares?
And they got Baker, bro. Baker's not gonna let them go on that slide, man. He'll make it work.
Yeah, here's their games. They go their last 5 games are Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers.
Exactly,
they
bro.
got
Like,
this.
All right.
Yeah.
enough.
Okay.
We don't even need to spend any time on it.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on. Yeah.
And
So
done.
yeah. So the number 3 Los Angeles Rams went to the number 12 49ers, and it was pretty bad. Rams won 42-26. Matt Stafford put on the show yet again on the road. 280 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Kyron Williams, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mac Jones, I mean, he performed well. Only 6 incompletions for the entire game. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, unfortunately. But I think the defensive injuries, I think we talked about this last week as one of the key things was the defensive injuries could play a factor here with a potent team like this.
Yeah.
Now, the side question I have for on this one, we kind of talked about it already, but why isn't Matthew Stafford the MVP frontrunner?
I mean, he's right up there. He's like right up there. So,
I mean,
he's right there in everybody's mind. And Vegas's odds too. So,
yeah,
He's playing really good, man. It's reminiscent of that year. What is it that he had with Detroit, where him and Megatron
for
went off?
5,000.
Yeah. So he's on. I think statistically, isn't he ahead of it or on pace for that year? I can't remember.
He's at 20. I think he's got 2,500 yards. Hold on, I can look at it real quick. Yeah, he's close to 2,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 2 picks.
And that's half the season.
Yeah,
that's only half the season, bro.
So now keep in mind, like you said, now he is I think he's one of 3. Yeah, one of 3 quarterbacks to have multiple 5,000-yard seasons. So he's about to do it again, or if he keeps this up, he'll do it again. So it's amazing what he's doing. But
it is.
I
He's
will
gonna
say
have at least 40 touchdowns, man.
Yeah. What's funny is that this takes me back to all those years ago where there was a certain person who is here now on this pod who would regularly call Matthew Stafford a bum. And look,
who did that?
I don't know what fool would do such a thing, but man, I had to defend him just because he was playing in the same division as Aaron Rodgers for a long time, and nobody couldn't recognize him. But as soon as he got out of that mess, that was Detroit. As soon as he got out of there, now everybody recognizes what he was doing. So,
damn, are you talking about like when he threw 3 picks a game for like 4 games?
He wasn't
in a row?
throwing 3 picks a game.
I don't know.
He played for the lowly Lions, man.
It was a bad time. Okay,
not the Lions that we know today.
Correct. But it was a blessing for everybody. Everybody.
But hater, they got a big game against the Seahawks this week.
Yes,
probably the game of the week. I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but
it is on the rundown. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So we won't talk about it. I will say he's playing out of his mind. However, to say that game wasn't bad was bad. We played really well, and it wasn't over until the close to the end of the 4th quarter. Like we had a chance there for a little bit, and so. When the last time I was on the pod, I said how every week we had our best defensive player go down. So not this week, but the week before, Mikael Williams tore his ACL. Dude, like that shit's impossible. That shit is impossible. These aren't injuries that are just like a few weeks. Those are 4 of our best defensive players in 4 weeks in a row going down with devastating injuries. That shit's crazy. Like we can't get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Fucking high schoolers were playing offensive line. We couldn't get to the quarterback. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think he lost a linebacker this week too. Like the middle linebacker that was replacing Fred Warner.
Right.
He went down.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man.
Dude, it's almost impossible for this type of shit to happen unless you're the Chargers offensive line.
Right.
But
yeah,
it's just unbelievable. Sorry, I just wanted to throw it in there real quick.
That's good shit. Good take.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else have anything on this game.
On the Lions game?
Oh, Rams are legit,
Rams.
dude.
Rams.
Rams. Yeah.
Rams, Seahawks, maybe the 2 best teams in the NFC. I know the Lions have a stake too.
No. It's
really looking forward to that game.
No, I respect both of those teams right now. But yeah, so now let's go to one of the snore fest of this week. On Monday night, the number 2 Philadelphia Eagles went to the number 9 Green Bay Packers in an absolute snooze fest, 10-7. The Philadelphia Eagles took that game. Matt, Jordan Love, I don't know what something wrong with him. I don't know. He is just an absolute enigma. I don't understand. 176 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Jalen Hurts, 15 for 26, 183, 1 touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 22 carries, 60 yards. I mean, you can say it was a defensive game, but the question I have for the pod here, though, which offensive mind is more fraudulent, Nick Sirianni or Matt LaFleur?
Oof.
Because there were some questionable calls on both sides last night, and the Philadelphia Eagles are coming off of a bye, and that's what they came out with. I just can't. And then the sequence at the end of the game, I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
I can't say it's Sirianni because, he has a couple Super Bowls on his resume, appearances and a win. LaFleur hasn't really done much of anything. So I don't know. That's tough, man. Obviously something's wrong with the Philly offense as well. So damn, that's tough. I don't know.
I think the weather was too damn cold. Nobody was used to that yet. It was all of a sudden like last week everybody's playing in all this good weather. And all of a sudden, shit, we're in Green Bay. Even the Packers are like, shit, it's cold as fuck. So teams will start to adjust to that. But I do think that was a little bit of a factor. But I don't know. Hater, I want to hear what you have to say. You're always asking us these questions. Like, I'm sure you have good takes on this. Because I always like to hear you talk about the Eagles.
Oh man, look here. First of all, I won't go on my rant about the enema play this week. I will leave that alone. Everybody else is already sick of it, so I'm ecstatic about that. But I'll say this: for a squad that is they're Super Bowl champs, I don't think they're resting on their laurels or anything. It doesn't seem like that, but there's clearly something wrong. And I don't understand why Nick Sirianni doesn't address it, like why he doesn't address it with the sense of urgency that it does, like it should anyway. Like you've got AJ Brown who's sitting here again, another game where he has 3 targets. Like what are we doing? It doesn't make any sense. Like you either do what Dan Campbell did this week. If your offensive coordinator is not performing the way he needs to, take the call sheet and start calling the damn plays. Because all you're doing is alienating your players. And ultimately, it's just forcing everybody to clam up Saquon Barkley. And it's showing. Like, he's 2.7 yards a carry. Like, get out of here. We're talking about Saquon Barkley here. And it's not like their team is not, they're not having injuries like the 49ers are, and yet they're performing like this. It's ridiculous. And then as far as the Packers go, now look, as a Lions fan, I'm happy. I'm happier than a pig in shit right now that they're performing the way they're performing. But at the same time, you lost to the Carolina Panthers last week where you only scored 13 points. You come out again, home game, prime time, and all you could put up with was 7 points. And you're supposed to be the offensive dude. And you're supposed to be the offensive genius. Like I get all these Packer people on Twitter all the time, like, oh man, we're gonna do this and that. We got Micah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But you got Jordan Love acting like you don't know what done happened. And then you're like, you lose Tucker Kraft and all of a sudden you don't know how to play offense.
Yeah.
Come on, LaFleur, get out of here.
I was gonna say something. Dude, but that's a good point though. One thing about the Packers, they've had all these like goodish receivers, and they and you said the phrase resting on your laurels earlier. Why aren't the Packers getting the Packers need a true number 1 receiver, not no fucking like we don't know who's gonna be the guy this week and that week. We think Romeo Doubs is good. Romeo Doubs isn't a good receiver. Like he's fine, but dude, you want him to be your number 1 receiver? They lost their big mismatch player in Tucker Kraft, and they don't even know what to do. They don't even know what to do. He was out.
Hurt.
He didn't even play.
No, I'm saying, but would you consider him the number 1? I would if he got more targets.
Prove himself. I don't know if he's a true number 1, but we'll see. Are they going to treat him like one and try to give him an opportunity? They don't run a traditional offense. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Nobody knows. They don't even know who's the guy. Like, at least draw up a game plan to get somebody to do something where you're like, all right, this is the guy who we're going to rely on in key situations. And this is the guy who's going to run these types of routes. And this is you know what I mean? Like, they got to, like, they would do, I think, all right, you asked the question. Matt LaFleur and that offensive line with even, Jordan Love, put A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on that team. Do you think they would get them more involved, like, than Sirianni's doing? I would probably say yes. I know the Eagles have fucking Barkley, and they like to, and that's fine. But how do you have that much talent and you're scoring 10 points against a team like the Packers are fine defensively? They're not like juggernauts.
You know what stinks? The Packers can't even make any like true offseason moves to get somebody like that because now all their money is tied with Michael Parsons now. So
well, yeah, but I mean they've had 2 years. Like they knew this is a problem, and then they relied on the tight end to be like their difference maker, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and
Well,
he was he was the second guy drafted off in that draft. Both he and I can't think of the other side of his name.
Luke Musgrave, I think he drafted
Musgrave. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they were. Yeah, Musgrave was the second round pick, and Kraft was the fourth round pick, and Kraft is a better one. So it's like,
well, if you look at like X or whatever, like the top like 20 comments are about firing Matt LaFleur, and then like he got asked about it in the exit interview, like
ooh,
what his job security was like, and then Love got asked as well, like what they thought about the head coach. So
hey, that warms my hater heart right there.
the pressure is definitely. I'm not saying he's on the hot seat, but it's heating up.
My instinct though is that he's a good coach, and so that's surprising to me. We'll see. I mean, they definitely have not looked good the last 2 weeks, but
Maybe he's gotten a little bit too comfortable. That
maybe. We'll talk about comfortable. I think the Eagles are. They're like, oh, we'll probably just win this game, so we'll just do dumb shit. Like they're not being creative. I don't know. They look special for like a half of football, and then and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, is this team even very good? It's weird.
It is weird. What's the next team got?
All right, so that was the recap. So we can move right into week 11. So first big game off the slate. Kind of touched on it just a bit. So the Tampa Bay Bucks, they're number 8 coming into this week, and they're going to the number 3 Buffalo Bills. Both teams are coming off losses. The Bills were probably more shocking than anybody because it was the Miami Dolphins who beat up on the dang on Bills. Holy crap. But there are 5.5 point favorites right now. I don't know how I'm going to call this game. I really don't know who to trust here.
What's the weather going to be like in Buffalo?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
All I
So,
need to
like,
know.
even if you have I have no idea. So, it's getting around that time of year where, it could be a snowball fest going on, I mean, the Bills got to get it together because now they're looking up at the Patriots. They can't afford to lose any more games. And like you said, Tony, it takes that the Bucks could lose this game no problem and still win their division without any issues. So I think I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I'm going to go. I think it's going to be a nail biter. I'm going to go 21-20.
Okay. All right. Well, so I got that. Man, surprisingly, this is going to be my. Well, who's the favorite? Is it the Bills?
Yeah, the Bills are 5.5 point favorites.
Right. Okay. Because I thought it was 3 points, but I'm going to check. This is going to be my upset pick. Spoiler alert. But I think the Bucks are actually going to win this game, and I think if they do win this game, I think the Bills watch this collapse happen.
Yeah.
So I got the Bucks winning by, I want to say, a touchdown.
Okay.
I just can't see Buffalo losing 2 games in a row. I know this Bucks team is a lot better than Miami, but Tom Brady had weird, like, playing in Miami time of year is weird. It like good teams lose down there for some reason. So I just can't see them losing 2 games in a row. They know they need this game in the AFC. Tampa going to Buffalo. The weather's not going to be terrible. I checked. It's going to be like fine. It'll be chilly, but nothing too crazy. So that does help the Bucks a little. I just can't say Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to win this game for the Bills, but only by like 3 because the Bucs are tough. They play tough. Speaking like we talked about the damn Packers, how the fuck did the Bills not go out and get a receiver at the trade
Yeah.
deadline? Just blows my mind.
I
And
don't
then
know,
the
man.
reports come out that all they wanted was Jalen Waddle. Okay, in the division, you think they're going to trade you Jalen
Yeah,
Waddle?
just-
Like, are you
Right.
insane? Like,
Yeah,
Right.
come
yeah,
on, guys.
the GM should have been fired up for that alone. Like,
Yeah,
come
come
on,
on.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
put your thinking cap on, man. What you doing?
I agree with you, Tony Takes, but so I have Keon Coleman on my fantasy team, and I kind of been watching his stats, and they're only targeting him like 5 times a game. They're not even
that's
giving
what
him a chance to take over. He is a talented young brother. I think he's a slimmer AJ Brown as far as physical wide receiver, but he's faster. So for the life of me, I can't figure out why they're not giving him at least 8 to 10 targets a game. But again, that's Josh Allen. I think he needs to work on his progression and reads again. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so
Who pick?
sorry, Whoopig, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, well, I think the Bills are going to win, but they're both 6-3. The Bills have had some injuries, especially on defense. So just to be a contrarian, I'll go with the Bucs winning. 23-20.
Cool. So I'm not on an island.
Yeah.
You already knew he was going to go with the Bucks. He's Baker's lawyer. How many times have we had to point this out? It's every week.
I do like some Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I think everybody should like Baker. What's there to not like about him?
Yeah.
Eh,
So.
eh.
Didn't Carolina?
Hater doesn't like him because he doesn't like feel good stories. That's why.
Oh,
That ain't got nothing to do with it, man. I just remember them damn Progressive commercials. That's what pissed me off about it.
The fact that he planted his flag in the Oklahoma
At Ohio
flag
State?
at
Oh,
Ohio
hey,
State,
I had no
that should
problem
have
with
made
that.
you a fan forever.
I had no
Maybe.
problem with that. No, I had no
Yeah.
problem with that at all.
Yeah.
It's once he put on that damn Browns uniform, he started getting on them damn commercials. I was like, for what? You ain't done nothing.
That's the Browns. Come on, man.
Yeah, well, that's also fair. He got contaminated, I guess. But anyway,
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so next game is the Seattle Seahawks. They are number 6 this week, and they're going to the newly crowned number 1 team in the 2-0 Show pod rankings, the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams
I got a problem with the Seahawks being at 6, bro. That seems disrespectful, but okay.
Okay. Well, we can talk about it. But the Rams are 3.5-point favorites here. The Rams are at home. They're coming off. Both teams are coming off wins. Even though Sam Darnold, his performance wasn't that great, but it wasn't needed because their defense was just marvelous last week against the Cardinals. So, man, I think it's just going to come down to the quarterbacks. They're both playing well. They're both doing good, and I think this could decide who the MVP is. It really, really could.
Yeah.
So I got Stafford, man. I got Stafford taking care of business here, and I got the Rams defeating the Seahawks. I'm going to go 24-17.
I think this is going to be the game of the week.
For sure.
I have the Rams winning by a last-second field goal by 3.
I also think it's going to be the game of the week. I am going to take the Rams for a couple of reasons. The Seahawks secondary is still very injured, and their front seven is playing out of their minds. So, I give respect to that. They're playing great. But the secondary is struggling, and the offensive line for the Rams is playing very well. Obviously, Stafford just clicking on all levels. Plus, it's Stafford versus Darnold. Like, I'm going to take – and they're at home. For all those reasons, give me the Rams. I think they're going to actually affect Seattle a lot. I just think – I think the Rams could win this game by, like, more than a touchdown, and I wouldn't be surprised. So, I'll say they win by, like, 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think that I like both these teams, but with the Rams being at home, I'll go with the Rams 28-24.
All right. Okay. So last game for this week is on Sunday night. My Detroit Lions, who are 5 this week, they are going to the number 2 Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 2.5-point favorites right now. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be in Philly. Both teams are coming off of wins. Lions beat the bricks off of the the Commanders last week. And the Eagles, as we talked about, they came away winning 10-7 against the Packers. This is going to be a tough game. I think this could possibly decide who the number 1 seed is. I don't know what our secondary is going to look like, and because of that, they've been injury ridden, and I don't know what they're going to be like. And all the hubbub about AJ Brown getting targets, he's probably going to put out some Bible verse again or something like that. So they're going to try to get some targets his way, and I'm not sure who's going to be on him. So I feel like I don't like going against my team, but I feel like this game, home cooking, I just feel something sinister happening with this. So I'm going to say the Eagles come out on top on here 28-24.
Damn. Yeah, this one's a tough one for me to kind of decide which one I want to go with, but I think this is going to be a good game. But you know what? I'm going to give it to Detroit. I think Detroit is going to want to go in there and send a message. I got the Lions winning by 10.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, man. Okay, so,
Well,
Hater,
listen.
I totally feel you. This game is weird. I would not want to play the Eagles at home this week, and of course, you have to.
Yes.
They will get AJ Brown involved this week. You just know it. And how banged up your secondary is. That's not a good thing. I think this is the last game you play outdoors the whole rest of the season, which is fucking crazy. So that's good for you. But
Yeah.
I'm just worried about you in this game. I think you're the better team right now. Yes. You guys are awesome. Would I be surprised if you won by fucking 14? No. But I'm going to take the Eagles by 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
in that game.
Yeah. We'll do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mr. Raider on this. I'm gonna predict that the Lions beat the Eagles in this one. We've already talked about how questionable the play calling is for the Eagles, and I really like the Detroit Lions this year. Amon-Ra St. Brown and David Montgomery are healthy again, and I don't know. It seems like you guys are clicking, so I'm gonna go Detroit. I'm gonna go 27-23. Detroit.
Wow. Okay.
David Montgomery did nothing that last game. I think this is a David Montgomery type game. You could power run on the Eagles a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, hey, if I'm wrong, I'll be more than happy to be wrong on this one.
Sometimes you
'cause
gotta do that,
Yeah, I can't stand the Eagles as it is. All right. Well, that's our week 11. That's our week 11 preview. So that takes us to the stud duds, sleepers, and upsets. And we had some history on the show. Last week, one of us predicted all 4 stud, dud, sleeper, and upset correct.
Oh shit!
I want to check the rules, but either way, Mr. Raider,
What?
Definitely check the rules.
Yeah, I know. I know. I kind of want to double check. But
Get the fuck out of here!
Hey, Jared Goff, Jared Goff did his
What do
thing.
you pick 3 quarterbacks? Figures.
No. No. He picked Jared Goff, Kyron Williams, AJ Brown, and the Patriots. So what can I say? He hit them all out the park, man.
I meant to do that shit. I meant to. I knew
good
what I was
job.
talking about.
Good job.
No,
TK.
honestly, I have no clue. That's surprising. I didn't even fucking know that.
Yep.
Wow.
So as of right now, he stands alone in first place with 15 points. Angry Joey has 12. Woo Pig Suey has 11. Oh, and it's actually a 3-way tie now for third. So Woo Pig, myself, and Tony Matex all have 11. So I'll kick it off for this week. My sleeper this week is Isaiah Likely, tight end for the Ravens. They are playing I think they're playing Pittsburgh. Yeah, no, playing Cleveland. They're playing Cleveland, and Cleveland they on life support at this point, so they're gonna kick the bricks off of them.
But you can't run on them, so that's a good pick.
Yeah. Stud of the week, I'm going George Pickens.
Oh, that was mine. That was mine.
Yeah.
That's mine too, you fucktard.
Oh, well, I guess we riding together. I guess.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, going against the Raiders. Sorry, Mr. Raider, but y'all secondary is trash.
It is.
My dud of the week is Justin Jefferson. I did not like that interception that JJ threw, but I felt like that I felt like that Jefferson quit on the route and then decided not to run after the guy after he intercepted the ball. It was very weird. So I think something's going on there, and I think it's going to carry over into this week.
Another safe ass pick because you saw how JJ played over this weekend.
That ain't got nothing. Oh, see. I'm not going to fall for this trap with you. I'm not going there. Anyway, moving on. My upset is I'm taking the Broncos over the Chiefs. I have no idea why. Out of all the other games in the slate, I couldn't. My heart just couldn't go anywhere else. So, for all of America is going for the Denver Broncos to take care of business. I don't know how Bo Nix is actually going to do here. I got some stats for Angry Joey, but he had to go, so I can't throw those out there. But I'm going to go with the Broncos as my upset of the week. So let's go, Mr. Clean Sweep over here, Mr. All Greens with Mr. Raider.
This week.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna go 0 for 4 this week.
I hope so.
That shit's insane. But okay, so I'll pick Zach Charbonnet. I do Charbonnet for my sleeper. How about
you want
that?
me to go?
Okay. All right.
No, I got it. Zach Charbonnet for my sleeper. Okay, and then now for my stud, I'm right there with you. Hater with facts. Pickens was mine.
Okay.
And my dud is, as much as I hate to say this, I think it's actually going to be T. Higgins against Pitt.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I love T. Higgins this week. Love him.
I know, but it's like, man, I think they're gonna probably just deal with Jamar Chase, but they're not gonna let Higgins get off because who else
Dude,
is there besides?
love T. Higgins this week.
Yeah, I know. So I'm kind of trying to go against the mold there. So I'll give you my sleeper, I give you my stud, and I gave you my dud. And my upset pick obviously was the Bucks winning.
All right. Let's see. Oh, so before Angry Joey left, he gave me his picks. So we got a battle here, right? So his sleeper is Marvin Harrison Jr. His stud is T. Higgins. So I think we should do something about this. Like if we have a little conflict like this, it should be like an automatic beer bet. But I'll leave that alone.
I like that.
But we have to agree, so we'll leave that alone. All right, his dud of the week is Javonte Williams, and his upset is the Bears.
Who was his sleeper?
Sleeper is Marvin Harrison Jr.
He's outside the top 20?
He is 21.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's his
All right.
upset?
So
Upset
not outside the top 24.
is the Bears.
Oh, okay. That's not happening. But all right. My sleeper for the week is Jordan Addison. They're playing the Bears, who are the 5th worst secondary against wide receivers. Obviously, you got to focus on Justin Jefferson. We saw Jalen Naylor have a really big game last week, but that could easily be Jordan Addison this week. So I'm going Addison. My stud of the week is George Pickens. That's a common theme. The Raiders is kind of weird. Nobody really runs against them. They pass against. They actually do have a really good run defense. So everybody just passes. And the Cowboys like to pass. So it just makes too much sense. Well, Lamb's going to have he's going to be fine. But Pickens could always, find himself scoring 2+ touchdowns. So I like that.
Yeah.
My dud of the week is Kyron Williams against that ridiculous Seattle run defense. We've also been seeing Blake Corum get a lot more work lately, so
Yes.
I'm really worried about Kyron Williams. Not normally because he still gets a lot of work, but that Seattle run defense is ridiculous. And then my upset of the week, I'm going to take the Seahawks against the Rams. I can only pick certain. There's only a few upset picks that I liked, and so I'm just going to go Seahawks. Division game. They don't have to travel far, so
yeah.
Good picks.
All right, Boo Pig.
All right. So my sleeper is T. McMillan, a wide receiver for the Panthers. He's one of Bryce Young's most trusted targets. He leads the team in both targets and air yards. And so against the Falcons, their secondary has been exposed a lot. So I'm going to go that T. McMillan's going to have a good game this week. My stud is Travion Henderson. He's the running back for New England Patriots, and I think he's going to have a good game this week. He's the Jets defense. They're pretty leaky against the run, They give up like 4.7 yards per carry and
And we
fourth
just lost
most
Quentin
rushing.
Williams.
Yeah, fourth most rushing touchdowns to running backs since week 5. So I think he could have a top 10 running back finish this week. My dud is Javonte Williams. So I agree that the Vegas run defense is really elite. So I think Javonte could have a bad week this week against Vegas. So, and then my upset pick of the week is the Detroit Lions over the Philadelphia Eagles. Like we said before, I just think this is a week that the Lions are gonna beat the Eagles. So
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you can pick the Lions as an upset pick, you should probably do it, right?
Hey, man, if it was against the spread, I probably would do it that way. But yeah, but we're outright here. So all right, so that
Hey, Kyle, let me just say, Woo Pig. Sorry, Woo Pig. I'm very proud of you for bringing out air yards, my man. That's just fucking awesome.
Heck yeah.
Check you out, fantasy guy.
Look at him go.
well, Fantasy Pros is his general manager, so that
Okay.
helps.
All
That
right.
keeps. All right, but yeah, that's our stud duds upsets for the week.
Cool. Okay. Anybody else got anything on that? Fantasy football related? Any bets you're thinking about before we move on to Kiss My Grits and Alamo Minute?
Just one side note, just one thing real quick. The Giants' decision to fire Brian Daboll.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
I think I think that's completely misplaced. And from a fantasy perspective, now I'm concerned about Jackson Dart because
Yeah.
now he falls in the same boat as Justin Fields and to some degree Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence and all those guys that they come into the league, they get drafted by one coach and then he completely changes over and then got those types of things. So I'm very concerned now for his fantasy prospects from a dynasty perspective. I'm very concerned now about Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I think that was the wrong fire. They should have fired the GM.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He traded Saquon Barkley away. This dude goes and wins the Super Bowl. Right?
No,
And
no,
the
no.
owner tells him,
No,
I'm
no,
going to be
no.
sick.
It was worse. No, that was worse. And it was on national TV when it happened because it was on Hard Knocks. And
Yeah.
the owner said,
I'm gonna be
asked him, do
sick.
you have any news about Saquon? And he said, no, I don't have anything. And then he says, I will lose sleep if Saquon signs with the Eagles. And the next day, he goes to the Eagles. Dude,
Yeah.
he should have been fired on the spot.
He should have been. And then this season, like I think Jackson Dart is their future. And
Yes.
the owner is doing a dumb decision by getting rid of this coach because that's the system. I would at least gave him 3 years with Jackson Dart to see what can be done. But I would have went after like a different GM for sure. I would have pulled from somewhere.
Right. Yeah,
Anyway.
absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I had.
What do y'all think?
I agree. I don't think he should have been fired. I think you drafted this guy who was the guy who Daboll hopefully wanted, right? And then what? You're actually looking like a good team. And then I know the terrible loss in Denver was terrible, but okay, fine. You move on, and then he got hurt, and then Dart got hurt in this last game. So okay, but they've looked better. They look competitive. By the way, Jackson Dart lost Cam Scatterboot and Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors got hurt in like week 3.
Yeah.
What do you want this guy to do?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
The defensive corner maybe should be fired. You got a ridiculous front seven. You can't do shit.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point.
And they beat
That's a
the
good point.
Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And then keep in mind too, also the GM signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, how's that looking? And then you don't call the Bengals when if Joe Burrow goes down, the trade one of those like, come on, guy, like do shit to help your team.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Good shit. Whoopig, got anything on that?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move to Kiss My Grits and Alamo Minute. Hater, we'll start with you.
Oh boy. Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the Cleveland Browns. We don't need you to come on down, brother.
Here we go.
Oh yes.
Pucker up.
Congratulations, Cleveland Browns. You lost to a team where the opposing quarterback threw for a total of 54 yards.
On 6 passes.
Let me say that one more time. You lost to an opposing quarterback who threw for a total of 54 yards. This is coming off of a loss where you had your stud of a defensive end have 5 sacks and you still couldn't pull it away. And then after this game, you are asked, look, your offense is stagnant as hell. You need a spark. You have a guy that's sitting on your bench right now that you could go to. Will you do it? And Stefanski has coach speak after coach speak after coach speak. And he says, I trust in our young players at every position.
He won't even mention his name. He won't even mention his name.
Yeah. Our guys, quote, he says, our guys are going to work their tails off to get better every single day. Kevin Stefanski, when are you going to get better every single day? Because at some point, I don't know what it's going to take. Does it have to take Myles Garrett to slam his helmet on the bench? Does it have to take Jerry Jeudy asking little subtle hints and questions about, certain changes that could be made or could not be made? I don't know who has pictures of whatever infidelities you got going on or something. I don't know what in the world's going on, but it's very obvious that you have something is wrong with you. Now, if you want to get fired, why don't you just go ahead and say you want to get fired? Because this don't make no sense. And for the love of Christ, if you got to go in order for this team to succeed, Jimmy Haslam, why don't you go ahead and just make it happen? Because this makes absolutely no sense. And take it from me as a guy from Detroit, I love to see Cleveland suffer. You know what I'm saying? But this is just ridiculous at this point. This is a comedy of errors at this point. It's crazy. Kevin Stefanski, you went from coach of the year to absolute garbage as a head coach. And once you do get let go and you get that pink slip, I hope we don't see you on the sidelines ever again. Oh, but by the way, kiss my grits.
That's something. To throw a little 2 cents on that, he's not. Haslam already knows. Haslam had to have given him the green light to do this because the fans hate him. The local radio shows hate him. His players are starting to hate him, and they have a losing record. What other coach? They just fired Brian Daboll. What other coach that would be able to survive something like this? The owner is a part of it. I guarantee it.
I guess, man. But damn,
what y'all think? Okay,
dude. Sorry. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't think there's a lot there. Like, I don't know who to blame. I don't know. I know that's a shitty take, but I just don't know, dude. It's dysfunctional all around. Yeah. But I don't know how you fix it. So I can't say fire everybody if I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, maybe, but that's unfortunately the one thing you can't do.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Unless you're Dan Snyder, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Pig, you got anything on that before I go to mine?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. So I don't have a kiss my grits, but I do have an Alamo Minute. And again, this person I'm going to say is not a sponsor of ours whatsoever, but my wife took me to go see the new Predator movie, Badlands. Shout out to that director. He did a really good job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Really good job. I was impressed because at first I was kind of I didn't really want to see it because of some stuff that I heard, Predator with a man bun and stuff like that. Then I was like, all right, I'll go give it a shot. And man, I was pleasantly surprised. They stuck to the comics. They did a really good job. So if you haven't seen Predator Badlands, go check it out. It's worth a watch.
Yeah,
I second that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I went and watched it. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. So, and it's supposedly doing really good in the box office numbers. So
that's good.
So we probably should get. Yeah, we'll probably get another one. So
that trailer looks dope.
Yeah, I think the director he's over the whole like Alien and Predator verse. Like he's the one. He came out with they had like an Alien television show that came out not too long ago. That was fantastic.
Yes. Prey and Hunter of Hunters.
Yeah. So he's doing his thing, man. Yeah,
doing a good job. That's all I have for mine.
All right. All I want to say is Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there.
Yes,
that's right.
Much love.
Salute.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
for your service,
America. Thank y'all.
America. Yes.
All right.
For me, my only kiss my grits right now is to all the universities out there for the coaching buyouts. So right now, as it stands, this year we've had approximately $185 million in buyouts
Mm-hmm.
from coaches getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, this has got to be unsustainable, right? Like you can't keep giving these coaches like 10-year contracts with these huge, you know, $10 million a year buyouts, blah 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 blah. All these universities are going to have to pull this back because it's getting ridiculous. I know their salaries are paid for by boosters, but at some point, boosters are going to have to stand up and be like, "All right, let's settle this down," because these salaries are getting ridiculous. So
Did you
that's
hear
just
about the latest Brian Kelly situation?
no.
Well, I meant to post it on Discord, but it came out today that LSU is trying to say they were trying to negotiate the buyout from the 56 that they currently owe him. They're trying to negotiate it down to like 10, and Brian Kelly was like, no. So what they're trying to do now is saying to the effect that we were going to fire him with cause, so that way they didn't have to pay out the buyout.
Ooh, this
Now,
is gonna get ugly.
oh yeah, it's gonna be real ugly, right? So,
The
but
cause.
yeah, with cause, right? So, but what is the cause, right? But the problem is the announcement about them parting ways was already announced. So I don't know how LSU is going to try to get out of this. I don't know, but that just came out today about that whole situation. So
Oh,
ugh,
I read that he rejected 2 settlement offers.
yes,
Kelly did.
yes, but I
Yeah.
mean.
Well, I
If you
don't
let me
blame
go,
him.
why would I? What? Yeah, why would
Yeah.
I? I ain't
Yeah,
helping you out. You burn me.
you're gonna
Yeah.
pay me every dime.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, if
Yeah.
you were asking, like, shave $1 million or 2 off the top, sure, but yeah, I get it, but it's gonna get ugly, man. This is gonna get real
Mm-hmm.
ugly.
Yeah.
So, all the and if when you prove firing for cause, the bar isn't really that high if you think about it. It's really not,
Correct. Especially in
you know?
college football.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's Brian Kelly. You can you can
Oh,
find
yeah.
some stuff. Like
Yeah.
Thing about
it's
it
not a
is
high
though,
bar to clear.
you would think with that contract, like the with cause would be pretty spelt out.
Right.
You'd think so. Well,
Yeah.
they're gonna try. They'll
Yeah.
probably
Well,
prolong it and shit.
this goes right along with what I was saying though. Stop giving these. I mean, LSU's the one that offered him that contract. It's
Mm-hmm.
their fault. They should have
Mm-hmm.
to pay every dime of it because
Yes.
it's not like these coaches have any loyalty to you either. Like
Right.
I saw today, Bill Belichick is already fielding thoughts of going and taking the New York Giants head coach job.
Oh, stop it.
Get outta
Oh
here.
my God.
Hey, hey, that's what the rumors are saying that
Oh
he's
my
looking at the New
God.
York Giants. So it's you g- you you go and go to North Carolina, start out a 4-5 record there, and like, you know what? Maybe I'll just go take the New York Giants head coaching job. Go
Oh
back
my
to the
Same for
goodness.
me.
NFL.
Thanks for the money.
Yeah, thanks for the money. I'm gonna
Oh
move
my
on.
Lord. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the reality show that's gonna come out with him and his girlfriend in New York?
Oh man.
Come on, man. What are we
Too
doing?
bad. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good take right there, Woo Pig, but we're gonna close it out. So wait, but listen, we really appreciate everybody listening to us, but if you want to get a hold of us or contact us, Hater of Facts will tell you just exactly how to do that.
Yes, if you wanted to listen to us on podcast form, we're on Apple, Spotify, and Overcast at The 210 Show. If you want to check us out on YouTube, we're at The 210 Show Pod. We have a Discord link in there. You can also leave us a review. You can also leave us please engage in the comments, and please hit the bartender with a thumbs up on your way out. And hit that notification bell so you get notified when we drop a new pod, because we're pretty dedicated to this. And if you want to hit us up on email, there's j@the210show.com and hater H8R with FAQS at the210show.com.
Excellent, excellent. Well, again, we really appreciate your support. Please like, subscribe whenever you get a chance, and shout out to the Apple listeners. That there's been a huge uptick on people that have been listening.
Great.
We're up 30% this month, this month just barely started. So we appreciate every single one of y'all.
Woo,
Just
woo.
take some time to listen to us. So this is
Yes.
going to be a 2-part podcast episode, which we hope you all enjoy. Again, thank y'all for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe. God bless.
Subscribe, baby.
Take care and love each other. Goodbye.
Peace.